Hi there, I'm Eve from Mystic Rainbow Tarot, and I hope you're all having a good day, and thank you for tuning in. So I'm going to do a requested reading today on Chani from SF9, followed straight after by another requested reading about Jungkook from BTS. So, oh yes, please remember to share, like and subscribe to support this channel, and I would really appreciate that. Thank you. So let's just get into the reading now, and I'll put this crystal to one side in there out of the way, and I'll give the cards a quick shuffle. So, messages about Chani from SF9. Messages about Chani. Messages about Chani, who's in the group FS9, the Korean boy band. Chani. Messages about Chani. Please tell us messages that we're allowed to know about Chani. Anything about how he's feeling, his career, his personal life, anything. Oops, let's put that back in. Anything about Chani that we are allowed to know. Messages about Chani. Messages about Chani that we're allowed to know. Those to one side and put these in focus for you. I think they're in view, so let's see what we've got first. First of all, we've got the 7 of Pentacles, so I'll hold that up. So what I'm getting here is Chani needs to have some patience because he's only about 20, well, he's almost 21, and he's come a long way because he started as a child actor, and in the last I think it's been in the last 4 years he's been in the group FS9. And he's kind of been waiting and watching for his dream to grow slowly, so he mustn't worry so much because all his hard work, and this is what he's looking at here in the picture, he's looking at all that he's done since the beginning and how he's built it all up, but you know, it will pay off. He feels that the band and himself are kind of underrated and probably need to be promoted more. But what I'm getting is he is one of the popular ones in the band that the fans like, and they find him handsome. The problem, I think, is, you know, he's not with one of the bigger entertainment companies, so you know, he's not with Big Hit or YG, and there's another big one. They're the ones that have the money to be able to promote them better, so obviously their K-pop stars have got more of a chance, they get on better. So, but it doesn't mean that these guys won't, because they still can, regardless of that. People come from nowhere all the time and make it big, so, but there is less of them, so, you know, he's got to keep hold of his dream, and that'll really help it. Just work towards it. And I feel they did have a really particularly popular song called Now or Never, and Chani had a lot of you know, he's had a lot of success already, but that's been with his acting in dramas, and so you know, and there's been other band members too. There is another band member who's really, his acting career is really taking off. So, you know, they have got other successes through this anyway. And a success is a success at the end of the day. And so I do think Chani has used his time in lockdown to rest and plan. Because things will soon move forward quickly for him. So I do see profit and growth for him. But he may do other things in the next 5 to 10 years, I'm getting. Like more acting, I feel. So let's see what the next card is. So we've got a few negative cards here. But, you know, it's not as bad. This is mostly in his mind. It's not as bad as he thinks it is. So this one is the 8 of Swords. Not the best card to have in a reading, but so this is about Chani feels as though he's restricted and trapped by his circumstances, and there we have it there, being bound up with all the swords and a blindfold on. So, but some of this is some of this is in his mind as well, and he does feel he must do what the company wants when he has some good out of the box ideas himself, but they're not being listened to. So this makes him feel unhappy. So that's what this card is about. But I feel, you know what, if he keeps hold of those ideas for when he's older and when his contract's up, he can still use those for himself. So all is not lost. And in time, they may well listen to him anyway. So, yeah, so I feel he might be happier doing his own thing as a solo artist or going full-time into acting if it keeps getting him down over a long period of time. So the next card is the Tower. Not a very good card either, but you know. So I think Chani has been feeling negative at the moment. Yeah, this relates to his feelings more than anything. It's in his head. But I feel this is something to do with his management company. And they may be cutting costs. And I think him and other band members are worried about the future of the band and maybe panicking a bit. So yeah, as you can see in the picture, you know, there's just chaos and panic here. But this is in their minds. And of course, when one starts panicking, it spreads to the other. That sort of thing spreads like wildfire. So yeah. So I also feel this is like a wake-up call to shake things up and, you know, make a major career change. I think he needs to think about that. But I do feel he has wanted a change in his career for some time, because he is comparing himself with the bigger bands. So this could go either way here, depending on whether the company can save this band. But this is a worry for a lot of big and small businesses at the moment. You know, with all the lockdowns, it's been taking its toll on companies, including, you know, the pop world, because they're not able to tour, and that's where most of their money comes from, to promote their albums. So, you know, there's a lot of suffering going on in the world, not just in the pop industry. So let's see what else. But that doesn't stop it affecting them. Just like anybody else, they're human. So the next card is the Knight of Pentacles. So you can see that. So I do feel with this card, Chani is going, he's going to be working very hard soon on a project. I see him and the band singing new songs and practicing new dance routines. And I see Chani getting very organised. You know, once the planning is sort of complete, to ensure these songs and dances are done within a set time. It's like they've got a time frame to get them done in by their management that they've agreed on. This also indicates that Chani is a very loving, kind and loyal person, and I feel he's got a big heart and he's also quick-witted. I do see he's hard-working and really thrives on getting the job done well type of thing. I also see he's like the group's advisor, so I think he would make a good manager when he's older. He's not old enough for that yet, but that will come. So then we have the Knight of Cups. Just hold that up for you. So, and this Knight is a messenger in the reading. So this is about him finding romance in the future, this is. And he is going to fall in love, I feel. This person will be someone new, who is romantic and dreamy, I'm getting, and helps him get in touch with his emotions. This person could be an artist who's sort of an idealist about love, if you know what I mean, and she will help him have confidence in himself, because she's going to have confidence in him, and this is going to make him smile a lot more, and it's going to make him happier. You know, there'll be someone believing in him for a change. So it's going to kind of make him believe in himself. She's going to be a soulmate. I feel she is an artist at heart, and she can be a little bit dramatic, and this will bring him out of himself. So this is going to be good for him and make him less shy. And she's going to be wise about relationships, you know about them more. So, and because she's quite a nurturing person, she will teach him about the things that are important in life, you know, and it's not just about money, fame, ambition. You know, he'll start to see another side of life. So this romance is going to bring healing to him and help him. So that's going to be really good. It's certainly going to be good for Chani. So the next card is the Hierophant. So with this card, this is about a great spiritual time for him, and I think he's doing a lot of spiritual growing as a person, and I feel it's important for him to surround himself with supportive and understanding people, you know, who share his ideas and beliefs, people who can help him grow as a person, you know, spiritually and emotionally. So this is also about he needs to fit in with others and accept his company's rules more, and you know, he's got to conform a bit more to them. They might not be right all the time, his bosses, but he can't go against the K-pop system because he would probably be suspended. You know, I feel like he's thought about, he doesn't believe in the way they do everything. Although I feel, you know, he does want to challenge them about their rules, but he knows that he will have to go through the traditional ways of the organisation to get to where he wants to be, and you know, and he's going to have to be at peace with these people to get on. So he really wants them to listen to some things he wants to do in regards of his music, singing and dancing, and his whole career. I think for Chani to get the opportunities he wants, he will have to develop more of a personal relationship with those in the highest positions of power in the K-pop industry or in his company, and maybe the K-pop awards are a good place to meet and mingle with like-minded people for him, because he could even find a mentor who has been where he is, and they will give him advice. So I feel that's going to happen, and that'll help him a lot to get on with things better with his company. So yeah, the next card is the Knight of Wands. So yeah, what I'm getting is with this card, he has so many ideas he wants to put into action relating to his career, that he just needs to take swift action, you know, while they're still in his head, and turn his ideas into something while they're still fresh. He's just feeling more ambitious than usual, and I think he wants to impress his management and show how skilled he is with his high performance. Yeah, so he really does want to get on right now. He's in the energy of wanting to get to the top now. So, and the next card is the Temperance. So with this card, so this relates to bringing balance and peace into his life, to let those around him know he has everything under control. And this will bring him peace and calm in his work, because I think he has worked incredibly hard over the last few years and he's starting to feel a bit exhausted. I think he easily gets frustrated when he doesn't live up to his own high expectations of himself. But he needs to be less harsh on himself, you know, because he's so young. I mean, at 20 or just almost 21, he's got loads of time to get to the top where he wants to be. And I think he's doing really well. And he has so much time ahead of him, really, to get on in his career. And as he gets older, I feel he will do more acting roles, and he's going to think about management roles as well. So there's plenty of time for him, and if he really thinks about it, what he's done for a 20-year-old, most 20-year-olds haven't achieved anything like he has. So, you know, he needs to get a bit more positive, that's all. So anyway, that's the end of the reading, and I wish Chani all the best with his career. I hope you enjoyed it, and now I'm going to move on to the one about Jungkook. So I'm just going to pick these cards up and put them back in the pack, and then I think I'll take this pack, and this is going to be about Jungkook in BTS. So just gonna see what we get on him. So I'll give these a shuffle. So, messages about Jungkook from BTS. Please tell us about his life at the moment. Jungkook. Please tell us about Jungkook. Please tell us about Jungkook. Messages we're allowed to know about Jungkook. Put these in view for you. So let's see what we have first of all. So first of all we have the Queen of Wands, and then I see we have the Hermit. So I'm going to try and hold these up together. So with these two cards, these first two cards in the reading, which I do feel relate to each other, this represents, this one is Jungkook here, because this is Virgo in the tarot, and he's a Virgo star sign. And so anyway, with this Queen of Wands, this represents a person in his life in this reading. So, and she is a trusted, loving and intelligent friend of his who he finds a lot of fun to be around. So I feel he sees this female as someone who has not only great, let's put that down for a minute, great inner beauty, but she's also beautiful on the outside. So he admires her because she stands up for what she believes in, and she does look very beautiful and someone you could admire there, as you can see. So yeah, and so, you know, she walks her own talk, and that's what he likes about her, and she advises him and he listens to her. She kind of like counsels him, because I do think he feels his life is quite challenging at times. He's very emotional and gets very upset if he gets any hateful press, which is such a shame, because he's really talented and has a really good singing voice. And you know, he's a brilliant dancer, and you know, he'll go far, because he puts like 110 into his dance routines and everything he does. So anyway, this is why he has this like girlfriend mentor in his life, because she is so supportive and gives him strength. So with this card, the Hermit, that represents Jungkook in the reading, I feel like he likes to go inside himself, turn inwards when he has any problems, and think quietly to himself. He likes to be on his own for a while and work things out, if you know what I mean. And then when he's come up with a few answers, he'll talk with this friend of his and find out further advice, and he'll know what to do in his life then. So that's great. It's always good to have somebody like that, because two heads are always better than one when there's a problem, I think. So the next card is the Justice card. And there she is with a set of scales, balancing things out. So which shows that Jungkook is trying to do the right thing he's trying to follow the policy and procedure of his company, and he's always trying to push himself further and further with his performance. This is about balance, and he needs to make sure he's getting the right work and personal life balance. This is all about balancing your life. I do feel Jungkook has a good heart, and he's a very kind person, and doesn't realise how much more he can accomplish. He needs to believe in himself more, because deep down inside he does have great strength and courage. He really does, and he needs to draw on that more. He's got to stop looking outside himself for things, because he's got a lot of what he needs already there. So let's see what else we have in this reading. So we have the 10 of Cups here. That's a nice card with the rainbow on it. So see, so I feel like Jungkook at the moment, he is in a positive energy, you know, when he's doing his work, sort of when he's engaged in work. He feels like all the popularity and fame is like a dream come true. So yeah, so he's very happy in his work at the moment, and he's doing a good job of finding the balance. He is managing to find the balance between his work and family and financial commitments. He's very humble and grateful for his success. So, you know, that's lovely. And that's what this card shows. Happiness, you know, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow type of thing. And there he is with his family and everybody, you know, wow, I've done it this far, you know, this is great. I never thought it'd happen, but it has. So that's his dream. He's living his dream. So that's great. So next we have the Six of Cups. So with this Six of Cups, I feel it relates to his childhood, and what I'm getting is he may have an older sibling who in his eyes got all the praise when he was growing up. So you know, kind of like the oldest one in a family walks first and gets all the praise, and talks first and gets all the praise, but by the time the second one comes along, it's all been done, so it's old news. So, you know, sometimes the second one feels a little bit left out, or like the other one's getting all the praise for everything, but it isn't actually like that, but it just seems like that to them. So this is what happened to Jungkook when he was growing up. So you know, he's kind of blown this up in his mind though. It's not the way it was, but that's the way he looks back on it. So he felt, what I'm trying to say is he felt a bit overshadowed type of thing by an older sibling, and this has made him very competitive to prove himself, and this is why he's gone into the K-pop industry and become known as a K-pop star, because now he has his own individual talents, and so, you know, he's achieved this on his own. So now Jungkook gets the praise from his parents and his older sibling. So he does get, you know, what he thought he was missing as a child now. I also feel he's a perfectionist, you know, with his dancing and singing, because he really wants to do his very best. And I do feel being part of BTS has helped him grow as a person. And I feel like he's come out of his shell more over the time he's been with them, and developed his own sort of personal, individual personality that the fans really warm to now. They really feel they've got to know him now. So that's helped his career too. So that's great. So the next card is the Ace of Swords. So this is a somewhat positive card. It relates to Jungkook has a lot of fresh new ideas for the group, but he does find it challenging to sort of decide which one of his ideas to put into action. Also, I think he has a new project on the go that he's been putting a lot of thought into, and I do feel he wants his fans or anyone who listens to their music to get positive vibes from their music. I think, you know, he feels that's the whole point of what they're doing, which is great. He does take everything to heart, you know, what his fans think, you know, and he really wants to please them, and that's all part of his perfectionist and thing from his childhood, where he wants to be in favour. So he's still living that a bit from his childhood, instead of letting it go over his head, because when you're famous you're always going to get some criticism. You can never, but he can't take it well. So that's something he needs to learn to deal with. So the next card is the Six of Wands. So whatever project Jungkook and BTS are working on, it's going to be a total success. I see new music, and they will receive awards and recognition for it. as it shows in this card. He'll be up there on the stage taking the praise with the others. So and I do see Jungkook and the rest of BTS feeling very proud. You know, they'll be able to celebrate after all their hard work, you know, and that's great. So they'll be having a bit of a party for that. So let's see what else we have in the reading. This card is the High Priest. Let's hold that up for you to see. So I feel that Jungkook is a very intuitive person, and that's why he gets such a good lot of ideas and all his insights he gets. I feel he's quite intelligent as well. I also think Jungkook feels he's been through the mill, you know, sort of he's been through every situation possible in his career and come through the other side, you know, because of some helpful mentoring. I do see that Jungkook nearly gave up on his career in the early days, but I think, yeah, what I'm getting is it was Jin who took him under his wing, and Jin sort of had a word with him and the other guys in the band about how Jungkook was feeling, and that was really helpful, because I don't think Jungkook was going to say anything. He was just going to leave. And basically, because they've all pulled together and been there for him, he stayed. So that's great, you know. And Jin pointed out to him that basically they're not just band members, they're more than that. So I feel like there's a brotherly energy, and they're there for each other on their ups and downs. So that's great for Jungkook, because he really needs that. But I do see another side to Jungkook. He has this very fun, playful side as well, you know, when he is happy, enjoying himself. And this is when he's away from the limelight and the character and the cameras, is what I mean to say. He likes to lark about and do random things and have fun and be silly. Because remember, he's only young, and why not? Yeah, I see he has a lot of good times with V. So maybe they're close in age, but I think they have similar personalities is what it is. And they like to do the same funny things and share the same jokes and things. So, you know, they're close and they enjoy time together like that, you know, being lads, fun lad things together. So that's great. So anyway, Jungkook, you know, I do feel he's still very ambitious and competitive. And I think when he gets emotional, when he is sort of in the limelight and performing, and it's been seen on stage, it's just his way of letting go of all the pressure placed on him to perform such high standards. But he places high standards on himself as well. So that's why he's under a lot of pressure. I think he's got to let go of some of that. Stop being so hard on himself. Yeah, so if he could be less critical on how he's doing all the time, he could have even more enjoyment out of his life. But I think V does help him with that. And of course the rest of the band do, but he has such fun with V. But these K-pop idols do have it tough. They are trained from about the age of 12, and so they're not able to grow up normally, you know, in like a normal family environment. So, you know, because they're busy training to be these K-pop idols, so it is tough for them. So this card also relates to Jungkook is, you know, he's wondering about a potential partner. and I'm talking about I'm also picking up it's about a female potential partner. It is who he's thinking about, so that's also quite strong in his mind. So there is somebody, yeah, he's thinking about a lot. You know, it's the same person who's been in his thoughts a lot all the time. So, and he's just talking long distance with this young lady and hoping that things will go well in the future with her. He admires her from a distance, and he's waiting for a time when they can hopefully move forward with things. So there's a female very much on his mind that he's always thinking about, watching, looking at, you know, and hoping that things are going to work out with her. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So that's the end of this reading, and thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.